When did your "something is very wrong here" feeling turned out to be true? I was in 7th grade when I started getting this weird feeling about Ms. Norma, one of our cafeteria workers. She was always there, first one in, last one out. Same hairnet, same thick glasses, same beat-up shoes every single day. She'd smile at us kids but never laughed, you know? Just this polite, tired smile while she scooped mashed potatoes onto our trays. But here's the thing that bugged me. She never ate the food. Not once. I'm talking never. Kids would offer her leftover fries or pizza, and she'd always say, "No baby, I'm full." Even during lunch rushes when the other workers would grab a quick bite, she'd just keep working. It felt off. One day I had to stay late for math tutoring because I was bombing pre-algebra. Walking to the parking lot around 4:30, I saw Ms. Norma pushing this huge cart toward the back exit. I ducked behind a pillar and watched her load untouched sandwiches, fruit cups, milk cartons, basically everything that didn't get eaten, into her beat-up Honda Civic. Then she just drove off. I told my friends the next day. They laughed it off. "She's probably taking it to a dog shelter or something," my buddy Jake said. But my gut was screaming that something wasn't right. Dogs don't need milk cartons and peanut butter sandwiches. So I waited again the following week. Same exact thing. Cart full of food, straight to her car, gone. I finally worked up the courage to ask my English teacher, Mrs. Campbell, if our school donates leftover food anywhere. She looked confused. "No, honey. We have a strict disposal policy. Everything uneaten gets thrown away. Health department rules. Why do you ask?" That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about Ms. Norma loading that food, the way she moved so quickly like she was scared of getting caught. The next Friday, I did something probably stupid. I followed her. I biked to the edge of our neighborhood where I'd seen her turn. She went down this sketchy alley behind some rundown apartment buildings. I stayed way back, hiding behind a dumpster like some wannabe detective. When she parked and opened her trunk, I almost fell off my bike. Kids came running out of this crumbling building. Little kids, maybe 5 to 10 years old, barefoot, wearing clothes way too big for them, some clutching stuffed animals. They weren't just hungry, they were starving. The way they grabbed those sandwiches and milk cartons, like they hadn't eaten all day. Ms. Norma hugged each one, patted their heads. One tiny girl asked, "Will you come back tomorrow?" And Ms. Norma nodded. I found out later from a neighbor that the building used to be a legit foster home, but it lost funding and got shut down. Now it housed several families who were undocumented, hiding from eviction notices. These weren't bad people, just families with nowhere else to go. The next Monday at school, I watched Ms. Norma differently. She was still there at 6 a.m., still the last to leave, still giving kids extra portions when she thought nobody was looking. I wanted to tell her I knew that what she was doing was incredible, but I was scared I'd mess it up for those kids. But then everything went to hell. Wednesday morning, I got to school and Ms. Norma wasn't there. Different lady was serving breakfast, looking annoyed and sloppy. I asked where Ms. Norma was, and she just shrugged. Gone. Fired yesterday. Turns out the school district finally caught on. Someone, probably another worker who was jealous or just following rules, reported the missing inventory. Food Services did an audit and found hundreds of dollars worth of waste that couldn't be accounted for. I felt sick. These kids were about to lose their only reliable meal source because of some bureaucratic bullshit. I couldn't just sit there and do nothing. That afternoon, I marched into Principal Davis's office and told him everything. The families in the building, the hungry kids, how Ms. Norma wasn't stealing, she was saving lives. He listened, nodding along, but then said the thing that crushed me. "Son, I understand your concern, but we can't make exceptions. If we let employees take food home, where does it end?" She violated policy. I was pissed. "So you'd rather throw food in the trash than feed starving kids?" "It's not that simple," he said. "We have regulations. Ms. Norma was banned from school property.